Today, we are going to show you 12 digital agency. Oh, I'm going to try again. Today, we're going to show you 12 digital agency jobs that you can do from home. Cindy Branson is going to take the lead on this. So welcome if you're just joining us. And my name is Chris Chesar. And of course, I just mentioned Cindy Branson's name. There you go. Cindy Branson, tell us what this is all about.
Well, we all know that a lot of us have gone through a lot of transition in the last few years, and that we know our hearts a lot of times are now wanting to be home and still be able to make an income, of course. So a lot of people have transitioned to that, but maybe they're not making as much money, or they realize by working from home for maybe a corporate job that now they have more time to actually work on a passion project or start a side hustle to make them more money or create a vacation fund or however, whatever you want to call it, but to make more money is the bottom line, of course, whether you want that to be part-time or full-time. So we've laid out 12, and actually there's a bonus. So there is 13 tonight, lucky 13 on a Friday. Not that it's Friday the 13th, but yeah, so we're going to go through these to kind of, if anybody's interested in learning more about it, or maybe they already have some kind of a small agency, but they're wondering how they can expand their services so that they can, upsell current clients and create a new skill set for themselves. These are all things that you can do and learn as you go, which is also very important. So, we're going to talk about them as you get into it, which ones are going to be the easiest ones to start off and so forth. But really, if you have no experience, it's okay. As long as you have experience with a computer, of course, with being online and communicating with clients, and you have, you can learn the bookkeeping part of it too. We're not going to get into that tonight, but let's just get the slideshow started, Chris, because otherwise I'll just yappity yap, yap, yap.
You get that set up for a second, and then basically we're going to show you the tools that we use to do these things. That'll be at the end. And just so we're clear, today is Friday, February 16th, 2024. We do a live presentation every Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays on all kinds of different stuff. And next Monday, we'll be doing our live at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which would be President's Day, another holiday. So that's on February 19th, 2024 at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we are going to build a membership site straight through, and I'm going to try to do it in less than 30 minutes. So I'm really excited about that. So I am going to share Cindy Branson's screen in a moment. And you want me to go?
Yeah, I'm ready for you.
Do you want to blow it up or?
Oh, it's not. You're right. So sorry. Here we go. We good now?
Yep. Let me get our circles up. Got it. Oh, you're good to go.
All right. So basically the title slide, 12 at-home agency businesses. So again, these are all digital-based businesses, and we're going to go through them just to kind of give you ideas on what you can do, and we'll talk also about the tools that we use to do these. All right, so what's our agenda? Again, 12 types of agencies, all digitalized. And then number 2 is going to be, what is Builderall? We're going to tell you a little bit about what Builderall is, which is the platform that we use for our online businesses. And then third, of course, we're going to throw in Get the Deal Today, because we have a blockbuster today where you're going to be able to stack 2 deals, and we'll explain that to you at the end if you're interested and you need tools to continue with this entrepreneurship of digital agency that we're inspiring you to do. All right.
Yep. Let me just interject real quick. On the very bottom, can you just hit hide on that little pop-up bar?
I certainly can.
Great. Thank you.
All right. So what is your role as an agency? If you decide to go ahead and work as an agency, basically what you're doing is you're becoming the point person between your client and the product you're selling, or the service you're selling, of course. That doesn't necessarily mean that you have to do the work. There are very varied ways to do a business model for digital agencies. But a lot of time when it's one person, you start out by building the tools yourself, using the tools yourself, and dealing with the clients yourself. But if you already have a small agency that you want to expand on, then you may just be the salesperson, point person, and you're delegating the work to others. So just so you know, you don't always have to do the work. There's different ways to run an agency. You will be responsible for the finding of the clients, the scope of the project, the billing, and the customer service. So basically, meaning you're the point person between the client, the product, and basically your paycheck, the money that you're going to receive for doing the work. All right. And you will be responsible for paying taxes according to your state. Now, of course, we're not going to go over any information about taxes or legalities of building the business or becoming, incorporated or anything like that. But just know that that will be your responsibility as the agency owner. Okay. So, question, how much can I make? And of course, that answer is going to be, it's up to you. It can go anywhere from, obviously on the screen here, $250 could get you one small like landing page job for that, all the way up to $10,000 per month. And that $10,000 per month could potentially be from one client. But again, it's all about your business model. So that part is going to be up to you. How much time do you have to dedicate to it? What your pricing structure is, the influx of clients, your pipeline, et cetera, that, so that you have consistent work. Again, this real presentation here is mostly just to give you ideas about what you can do, not how to run the business itself. But we want to just kind of give you that, ballpark information there. So let's dig into it. What's the number one? It has been for many years and it continues to be, is a website agency. A website agency is basically you're building the websites. You're building you're laying them out as in the design. You don't need to know code to do this. You just need to have inspiration, have templates. A lot of people start, especially in the beginning, using templates for these. And again, when you're, we're going to talk about it at the end, but one of the great benefits of having us as a team for Builderall, if you decide to move forward with getting Builderall to use those set of tools to do your agency, is that you'll have our examples as well. We share different examples of different websites so that when newbies come in and they don't have a portfolio, they essentially can say, well, this is what can be done with Builderall. And it doesn't say that you necessarily built it, but it shows them what the capability of the platform that you're building on does. So again, websites can range greatly from, again, a $250 job to easily $10,000 websites out there, depending on what the industry is, how big the site is, the functionality of the site, and all of that. Chris, you want to add anything? I guess not. He's drinking his coffee.
No, I don't. You're doing great. Continue. I just went off camera for a second to get up.
Oh, yeah. See, I can't. I'm not. See, now I'm in your shoes. I can't see that.
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, by and far, large website agency is an easy one to break into, but there's a lot of easy ones. Some people won't say this is so easy based on the work, because there's other available opportunities in digital agencies that are actually less work than creating the website. Okay, so let's move on so you can see what they may be. A chatbot agency. Now, I think everybody at this point, if you're on a webinar like this, you probably already know what a chatbot is. But basically, it's a virtual assistant, a robot per se, that pops up on a screen that somebody might be on, whether it's your website or a help desk page, that basically interacts with the person on the other side of the keyboard and answers questions, typically frequently asked questions that you can program this chatbot to answer things like, what are your hours? What's your address? Can I get my new patient form? And different things like that, so that they don't have to call the office and lock up somebody else's time. That the website is working harder for you because of the chatbot as the end user. And I mean, it's a lot of people, this is great for their businesses because one, it's less time and money that you have to spend on somebody answering the phone, because a lot of questions will get answered through the chat bot, and negating somebody needing to call your office. And two, it's 24/7, 365 days a year. So it doesn't matter about holidays or banker's hours or lunch breaks or anything else. This thing is going to be working all the time for you. And it doesn't require any insurance either, which is always great. So, Chris, you want to add anything to that one?
I'll just jump in, but yeah, I'll jump in if I at the end. So
Okay.
I don't know where you're going with this. I haven't seen your presentation, but is this like Facebook Messenger chatbot, or this could be a website chatbot? Is there two different ones, or is this you're kind of mixing them together?
You're correct, Chris. I was mixing them together. They could be one or the other or both. Because with Builderall, you do get both the chat bots and the messenger bots, which is a great upsell actually for an agency working with a client, because with Builderall, you only have to build it once, and it's going to give it to you in both formats for a website chatbot as well as a messenger chatbot.
Gotcha. All right. Fantastic. Thank you.
All right, we good?
Yes.
I know you're gonna be shocked at how fast this goes, right? I'm not getting, because I don't want to get into all the big details. Or if we start showing screens of a chatbot flow, then we're going to talk about that for an hour. So we're going to keep this one simple with just, it's an ideas video about what you can do to make money. We good? I guess
Yes.
so. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm not used to being in this role. Okay. So number 3 of our 12 ways to make money from home doing a digital agency is a digital magazine. These are actually, they've been in and out of trend for years now, but they are coming back with, especially there's certain industries that, depending on who you're targeting, that, some people may have never ever purchased or held a magazine in their hand at this point. Just like the newspapers, they used to say about the newspapers. There's definitely people out there that never picked up a newspaper, I guarantee it. But now it's also magazines and things like that are being eliminated by younger generations. And digital magazines are taking the place because, as we know, so many people, they don't, for many reasons, it's they don't have to carry it. Everything, you have a whole library, a whole encyclopedia inside of a phone. And now it's also with every other type of information you get through digital means. And a digital magazine still gives you, some feel of people did like, that people say, I like to turn the pages. And you still get that feel with that. But a digital magazine can do a great many of things. It can brand a company and, for one way. Okay. I should have done more slides, Chris. You're right. Because there are multiple ways to do a digital agency with magazines. So one way is that you create a magazine, something that you might be passionate about. Let's say I love dogs. I'm not loving my dog so much today because there was an incident, but I love dogs. So I gather all kinds of information. I write some articles about dogs. I showcase pictures of dogs. Maybe I have some training tips about dogs, or what dogs should eat and shouldn't eat. You make a whole magazine all about dogs. And then maybe you go to a veterinarian and say, hey, I'll put your picture and your name on this magazine and pretend like it's yours for a fee. And you can do it that way. And then you can sell that over and over again to multiple veterinarians, or maybe even dog walkers or dog trainers, anybody that would, could benefit from using this digital magazine as a lead magnet for their own business. And then they pay you that monthly maintenance fee. And all you're doing is changing out maybe the cover picture, putting that vet or that business owner that's related to the dog industry on the cover, and maybe doing a simple feature article or an introduction of that business. And so you're really only changing maybe the cover in one page, maybe 2 pages. You decide how much you want to change, but for maybe the other 30 pages are all the generic information that apply to anybody that loves dogs or wants information about dogs. The other way you could do it is of course, as an affiliate marketer, and that would be to build a magazine about a topic. Maybe it's running. Okay, we'll use running on this one. And then you go ahead and you find all kinds of products, digital products, video products, even physical products that you can create an affiliate link for. And then amongst all your articles and that great value that you're putting into the magazine, you have little ads that go to your affiliate link. So you have an ad about sneakers that maybe they're on Amazon, or you have an ad about a running program that's a video program, a video training and e-learning, and you put that there, and then they click and maybe they buy that and you get a commission. So that is another fantastic way to utilize the digital magazine as an affiliate. So of course this video is not about affiliates, it's about being an agency. So what else can you do? You could connect with real estate agents and create a magazine for that particular person again, but all customized 100% to them and their listings and their client testimonials. Maybe this type I see maybe only being done quarterly for a real estate agent. But it's very easy to have some core elements once you start working, and then repeat the process, rinse and repeat almost. And each time you do it, it becomes easier, because you're actually streamlining the design of everything that you're doing with the magazine itself, which is, design. Again, you're going to want to have an understanding of things like color palettes and fonts, and but there's so many ways to do it, that this is definitely an option for somebody, especially anybody who's creative. Chris, would you like to add anything to that one?
Yeah, digital magazine agency is a great way. Just all the examples that you gave. I was definitely thinking about real estate agents or the whole broker itself. You could do something on a monthly basis, not even quarterly,
Mm-hmm.
new listings, sales. I mean, you could really set it up. And then you can also sell local advertising. So if you're doing something for a dentist, think of it as a fancy newsletter that's a lot more fun, and there's a lot more flexibility because you can embed videos on it, have paid advertising on it, and
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of things you can do. And then if you're working with a client, you can say, "Hey, I'll sell advertising space as long as you approve this particular type of advertisement, and we'll split the profit 50-50 on the advertising." So it can be a very lucrative if you open your mind to what you can do with digital magazines. It can be not only a lot of fun, but very lucrative as well.
Yeah, it definitely is. And the way that digital magazines work too is that I mentioned about having links inside there, but you could also embed videos. So when somebody turns a page, maybe it's a video ad, or maybe it's a video article. So the creativity and the way you can use multiple medias really comes together with this. Now, Chris, I kind of threw myself off because I made number two start talking about that affiliate option, and that really didn't have a place here. But really, because you reminded me, what I should have been saying about number two was the way to create a digital magazine income for yourself as an agency is to, I use the example of dogs and vets, but you could go and create a magazine about your local economy or a vacation destination maybe.
Yeah.
And then, let's say I love Orlando, Florida, and I know everything about Orlando, Florida, so I put a digital magazine together for it, and then I go to Orlando, Florida and Kissimmee, and I start getting the local businesses to advertise in my magazine. So then, then you need to have your list. This is where a list would come in handy first, an email list. So again, multiple ways to run this. Either they give you the emails and you're sending that out to their email list, or you already have an email list that is targeted towards this magazine that you're going to be sending it out to your 10,000, 100,000, however it may be. It all starts with one email and then it grows. Anybody's email list. So again, different business models, but the same product, the same tool, that you have at your hands and your fingertips to be able to make money from home.
Well, and I'll jump in on that too. The beauty of the digital magazine is that it can be embedded on any website page. So even if you don't use Builderall or your client doesn't use Builderall, they don't have to. It can be embedded on a WordPress site, any of the other platforms. It can be embedded right in a page. So
Correct.
that's another great option with the digital magazine because there's a lot more flexibility.
Correct, Chris. And I mean, that's the other thing is, we all know we use Builderall. We're going to show you what Builderall has to offer, the great deal at the end. But even if you come in and you think, well, I'm not going to get everybody that I want to be in an agency to sign up for Builderall. That's not necessary on a lot of these options. The chat bot that we just talked about is number two. Again, you create the chatbot in your Builderall agency, and then it creates a code that you can put onto anybody's website. It doesn't have to be a Builderall website.
That's correct.
Okay, so what's up launches as an agency. This one is fairly new, and this one it's kind of, I don't want to call it regional, but like for me, I don't think enough people in America are familiar and use WhatsApp as compared to like in Europe and some other countries around the world. That WhatsApp is like the thing that everybody communicates on. But WhatsApp launches are, let's say you have a grand opening of a restaurant coming, and you get people to opt in to get the information about that restaurant, and then you create a launch digitally that they are getting messages, maybe updates on the building, updates on the interior getting done, features of just building excitement about what the menu is going to be, about specials, maybe hey, you get a coupon if you get to day 7. And it's all about creating excitement about the product launch, whether it's a physical product, a brick and mortar restaurant like I mentioned, or of course a digital product too can also benefit from a WhatsApp launch, that people sign up for, they opt in for, and then you manage the actual campaign and building all that excitement up until the launch itself. All right. Any add-ins on that one, Chesar?
Nope, nope. I'll cut in.
Okay.
No, I was saying no. I'll cut in. You don't have to ask me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no worries. Let's
I'm
move on
like,
to number
well,
5.
then you should have said yes. All right, number 5, the fifth way that you can make money from home with a digital agency is e-learning. E-learning, another one that has grown over the last 5 years. And even I would, it's been around for a long time, 10, 15, 20 years. But the way education has shifted to online from, not just school age children, but a lot of colleges, universities, specialty programs. You can learn how to play the harp and get certified as a harp musician, therapeutic musician to play in hospitals. They can do that online now. It's all set up through e-learning courses, and then you take online tests and you draw in. You can do this for almost anything. A lot of exercise programs can be through e-learning, working with a trainer, things like that. So, anybody that has an idea that can teach somebody something, can create that product in an e-learning. And so you are the creator of the e-learning course because they're the expert in what the topic is, but they're not going to necessarily want to create the course, learn the learning curve, the digital program. Same concept as anything we've talked about. Anybody can design their own website, but do they want to learn how to use the program, and do they have the eye for it, etc. E-learning is the same way. It's more of a format. It's very much fill in the spaces. There's not as much creative juice that you need because it is more of a blocks and rows kind of setup. Because it's e-learning, you want to have that's almost a standard format that people are used to because they're already learning. You don't want them to have to use their brain power to learn how to use your e-learning course. But as an agency owner, what you would do is connect to people that are the experts or have that knowledge that they have, and you put the course together. Maybe you need to write the copy for them. Maybe they have the copy. Maybe you need to assist them in getting the videos that they need for it, and you do that part. But essentially, at the base minimum, even if they give you everything, you just need to put it in its place and create the course, create the quizzes, etc. They even have certificates that once somebody completes the course and passes the testing, they get a certificate. So this is another great agency that it's actually quite easy if you're getting them to give you all the information.
Yeah, so I'll jump in on that one. So
Okay.
today I went to the local photography store, and we buy a lot of stuff online now, but these guys have a brick and mortar, and I went there to have them check out a couple of my old lenses, and I started thinking. I asked them. I said, "Do you guys do a lot of uh, stuff online, selling products online?" And they're, "No, we're actually pretty much still walk-in." And then I started thinking, "Wow, I should talk to these guys about doing a course. Like they could do courses on photography, and then, or even a course on different products and different lenses, how to use different lenses, all that kind of stuff. Lens cleaning, camera cleaning. There's so many different things that this company could do to generate more income. All they got to do is do the hard work, and they got all the cameras to film all this stuff. And you could just put them, I could just put their videos in a course format, and that's pretty much what it is. The e-learning tools that you'll find anywhere, even inside Builderall, are just a different way to present the course material. That's all it is. So if you want to get fancy with it, great. If you don't, you can lay it out different ways. But everybody, like Cindy mentioned, everybody has knowledge. Even you have your own, something more than somebody else out there. Doesn't matter what it is. If it's making a cake, if it's, filming portraits, it doesn't really matter. Everybody has something that other people want to learn. It's a very lucrative business as well.
Absolutely. Thank you, Chris, for that add in. That was a good one. All right. So, number 6, a lead generation agency. Lead generation is just that maybe you have an insurance agent. This would be an example that you go and you get them as your client. Now you have to create leads for them, warm leads that they can sell insurance to. So how do you do that? One great way is to, trade a lead magnet for their email and start with an email address. And then you can follow up with them with other products. So the important part would be, how do I do that? What am I going to give them? Well, it depends on who your client is, the end user client of what they're selling. So, if it's somebody selling insurance, you're not going to give them, try to use a lead magnet for building muscles. Well, maybe you are, if it's health related, but you want to just, so you definitely want to have a correlation between who their end user is and who you're targeting for the leads. So
Can I just jump in for a second?
sure you can, Chris. I really zigzagged there, didn't I?
No worries. So let's be clear on what lead generation is. It's basically, I go to a company and I say, I'm going to get you leads, and I'm going to get you leads. And when I give them to me, you're going to pay me a certain amount of money per lead. Another very lucrative business.
Yeah.
If you go get lawyers, like injury lawyers leads, you're going to get paid more money than, say, getting your local restaurant leads or your local chiropractor, because chiropractors, the highest they charge is $40 to $60 a visit. So it depends on who you're working with. But if you're good at advertising and getting people in, if you want to take it a step further, then you can vet your leads too. And that means you have like a call center where or they call or you call them, and you kind of see where they're at depending on what industry that you're in. And that could get where you could get anywhere from $100 to $150 per lead that you've already verified that, hey, this is a hot lead for you. So there's different variations. Cold leads, where you might be able to get $1 or $2. Warm leads, depending on the industry, $10 to $20. And then a hot lead, you can get well over $100, depending on the industry as well.
Absolutely, Chris. Thank you. I should have started there. Absolutely, because Here is some examples, of large companies that are doing this. Of course, it's like Angie's List. When you go in and you just say, I need a plumber, and then it says, okay, well, what's your zip code and what's your job? And then they will send that possibly to 3 or 4 different plumbers, and knowing that that's a lead for them, but whoever gets in contact with you first is going to win typically. So yeah, I mean, another great example would be like a place for mom. This is where, people are giving information to them to say, I'm looking for a place for my mother. She lives in this area. She needs, first floor. She needs 1 bedroom. She has a pet. This is her health situation. And then they will in turn around and say, well, these are the good fits for you, an assisted living, or an independent living, things like that. And again, those are very lucrative leads. And the hotter, the more information, of course, you get, the better to make it a lead. So I use the first example I started talking about was like, you're just going to exchange a lead magnet for an email. But when you're talking about more lucrative ones like the attorneys, and health facilities, then you're going to want to have, first name, last name, possibly, phone numbers, and the more information, the better, basically, because when you're going for the higher ticket item, it needs to be a little bit more vetted. Otherwise, you're not going to be a lead generation agency very long, because if you're going to charge $200 and all you're going to do is hand an attorney an email, they're going to scoff at you. So I think I just repeated what you said, though, Chris. So,
That's
all
okay.
right, moving on to number 7, email management. This one's getting cut off a little bit. Email management is exactly like that sounds. So many businesses today, whether all industries of business almost, are using email as a way to stay in contact and offer, information about either, upcoming events or specials, or what's going on in that business with their either clients or possible clients. And email management, you are going to be the person that, make sure the emails are written, make sure it goes to the proper list of the people within that company. So if you have, let's say you have a record store. I know, wow, I just showed my age. Uh,
Well, let's just say, yeah, let's just say you have an insurance, you do business insurance, and then you're going to want to keep. It's almost like social media, but a lot of those people aren't on Facebook. They're not on Instagram. These are business people, so they have thousands, if not tens of thousands, of emails, and you want to keep those emails warm and engaged. You can't, companies don't realize that if companies only send out an email once every month, people aren't going to open them. They're just not going to. So it's almost like social media management in a way, but in the form of email. So you're doing marketing emails, information emails, what's upcoming, events, all that sort of thing. Did I sum it up?
Exactly. Yeah, that's right, Chris. So, I mean, it could be, a newsletter that's done monthly, but maybe, there's a flash sale, or there's something, important that you have to tell. Maybe there's a snowstorm and the office had to close. So you are responsible for letting everybody know via email that the store is closed or the office is closed, or there's something special going on. So it can be, obviously, autoresponders are going to be great for this, which Mailing Boss has a phenomenal one. So a lot of things are going to be planned out in campaigns, but sometimes you'll have to send out some kind of like this needs to go out now email about that day's event, something that happened last minute possibly, and then you can use the broadcast feature. So, but most of it is already planned. It's copywriting. It's the primary part of the job, and being able to know how to segment a list, because so many times in corporate, or in any kind of company, you're not going to send the same email to every single person. So, if you have somebody that maybe it's a hair salon, and you have a special on perms, you're not necessarily going to send that out to all the men on your email list. If you have it segmented, or maybe, you you
You're
have
kind of
something.
getting into a lot of
Yeah,
detail here.
I am. All right. So, but we went over the gist of it. If you have any questions, of course, pop them in on the chat, or if it's after this video and you're watching the replay, still do that because we will come back and answer questions on the reg when it comes to our YouTube audience.
So, in
Okay.
case you're jumping in a little bit late, watch the beginning. 12 digital agency jobs that you can do from home. These are all work from home jobs that you can run your own business. Go ahead.
Correct, Chris. So a delivery app agency. Now, this I need to correct myself because this is not necessarily a only Builderall option here. This is a two-part option. You know, you can have the website part on Builderall, but the delivery app would be something what I use is Gloria Food, and that is part is free, and you go in, and this is like, so if you have a pizza place or even a hair salon that wants to deliver products, um, that is fine too. But a lot of times it's restaurant based, food services that you're going to basically put the menu in, and then they order, the customer is going to order from that app, and then the store is going to deliver their food, or whatever it is they ordered. So, but yeah, exactly. You're going to be the person in the middle. You're the contact between the restaurant in this case and the product, which is the app. So you are going in there to actually take all their information and enter it into the app, and then create something online that people can use. Just similar to a website, but it's all mobile based at this point for easy readability, easy ordering, and even the payments are within the delivery app. So it helps the business because it's a much more clean cut way for people to order from them. Again, you're eliminating the mistakes of possibly somebody answering the phone and the hassle of somebody answering the phone at some point, so that you can still offer your be able to expand your service. Expand The restaurant can expand their service through your help by using a delivery app. Wow, that was a tongue twister for me. Okay,
All right.
so mock-up agency. This one is like, uh, you need a lot of clients to make a lot of money. So some of these, they're all over the range. But this one is like, you can, most of your jobs could possibly be $15, $20 a pop, because all you're doing is, let's say you have a picture of a billboard and somebody wants their business advertised on that. You create the mock-up, or a lot of times it's like for book covers. That's probably the most popular one. Is you have somebody writes a digital book and now they need a book cover. You create a mock-up of that book so that they can present it online as if it's already printed, even though the book is not in print. That's an example of a mock-up studio. A mock-up. A lot of times people do it with computers. You see ads with computers or cell phones in them, and then they have something very particular on the screen that's a mock-up. So basically, it's kind of like, I don't know what it's kind of like, but that's basically exactly what it's like.
Okay.
You're
Let me chime in if you
imposing.
don't mind.
Sure, Chris.
All right. So, mock-up agency, you could do pretty much anything you want nowadays because your clients could send you pictures. You could work with boutiques, people who have small businesses, jewelry stores, all different types of stuff. You can take those images of a diamond ring or of a blouse or shorts, and you can put them on people. You can even do that nowadays with all this AI stuff. And you can make a particular physical item look good with a background, because most of these stores and boutiques don't have nice backgrounds. You could go that way. Cindy mentioned books, digital books. I mean, you could be talking about ebook covers. You could be talking about a bunch of different stuff. So it's basically making a picture of something look really cool and make it present really well. Easy to do because there's tens, if thousands and thousands of templates out there that most people don't know they're out there, and you can put stuff together and charge. Actually, you can charge some good money depending on what you're doing with this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're talking about some simple pictures, removing a background, putting a different background on it, all digitally, of course. Or T-shirts. I have a T-shirt, but I want my company logo, even though, um, It's not in real life printed on that t-shirt, you know, but I want to sell it, or I want to sell this t-shirt with 6 different colors with this logo, and then you can go ahead and create that on the model is another example. So yeah, that's it can be in video too. You can do video mock-ups or GIF mock-ups. That's when you're going to get into the higher ticket items, of course, as soon as you say video over a single static picture. So another great way to make money from home as an agency. All right, number 10, a social media agency. Now this is basically exactly what it sounds like. Social media. Everybody needs content for social media, whether that's graphics or copywriting or creating videos sometimes, but you're content creating, you're curating that and creating it for a particular client, and then you can either two things. You can go ahead and give them that content so that they can post it for themselves, but more commonly is you're also managing their social media, so you're creating it and then you are uploading it to their channels and placing their descriptions, and then it can even go one step above that. More full service would be to actually manage any comments that come in or any questions that come in or messages that come in on their social media. So there's at least 3 solid different levels there that you can decide where you want to start from. Some people just start with the content creation because that's easier, and then as you learn more, you can get into doing the management part of it. But there's so many social post tools out there that you can schedule, and you learn a lot about the different platforms, of course. But this is something that, most businesses today need, that social media presence, whether they're giant, conglomerate companies that everybody knows their name like the back of their hand, or they're mom and pop stores trying to connect to their local community. They do that through social media,
Yep.
and it's a great way to do that. No matter what size company you have. So social media agencies are here to stay. They are definitely not out of style by a long shot. They just keep getting bigger too.
Yeah, let's just expand really quick on this social media. Most people think, oh, you put a couple posts up on Facebook and Instagram and you're good to go. This could, if you're doing a local agency, which is really good, it can. And Cindy does this, and she was just down in my neck of the woods here, and I was babysitting her dog, and she went to film her client. She just used her cell phone, and she had a pro mic. You don't have to, but the audio is going to be a lot better, and you can get a lot more money for that by doing things like that. She has a couple clients like that where she's not only doing the daily posts but just your regular static posts, but she's actually coming down, arranging that, and getting a month's worth of videos of the client talking, or same thing, go to the boutique, show off new outfits for a clothing store. There's so many different ways you can go. And like you said, another lucrative way to make money. Well, that's not from home because you are going out and filming. So
Yeah,
my
no, it's you're being an entrepreneur. You don't necessarily have to do what I do
no,
in that aspect, because I've also had clients that were from California that I did social media for, and sometimes they would send me little videos, or I would instruct them,
there you go.
hey, take a video of this, or ask yourself this question on video, or send me a couple of pictures of you doing this, and then you create the content from that. So you don't have to ever be in person. You can always, sometimes you never meet your clients in person. It's all done online, which is very typical these days, without a doubt. But
Yeah.
yeah, so there are different levels again to a social media agency. It all depends on the business model that you want to have. And a lot of times, you start at one and then you grow beyond into the next level of it, without a doubt. There's no doubt. So, the most important thing here is just being able to listen to people, especially when it comes to your clients, because you need to present them as a brand when you're a social media agency. So you need to understand, what do they love about what they do? Who is their target and that they're trying to connect to? how, do I need to make them look fun? Do I need to make them look, serious and buttoned up? Like, it all depends. It's you have to have a little bit of understanding of who they are trying to reach, and who their clients are going to be, so that you can create that social media content around that. So, for example, I mean, real estate agents, they are not all created equal. Some of them have giant teams. Some of them are solopreneurs. Some of them are going to be rental agents where all they do is rental properties. Other ones are going to do luxury. So you just need to have that understanding of who they are, what they are looking for, so that you can relay that information through the social media and the brand that you're creating for them. But it's easy. It really is. I mean, it's work, but it's pretty easy. A lot of the times you just search their competition, right,
Yeah,
Chris? And
that's the
then
best. That's always the
yeah,
best way.
yeah. All right. So moving on. Number 11 is a help desk agency. This is, I'm not sure if it's exactly how it sounds, but to me it is. A help desk agency is a digital agency, because the help desk is not one you're walking up to. It's one that you're contacting through a website. So when you go online and you go to, some department store, you purchased a blouse and you want to get on there and you have a question about that. How am I supposed to clean this? What's the best way to launder this? You can actually go on that if they have a help desk, and ask questions. It's a little bit different than a chat bot. Because there's real people more likely online to do it. Like, you're manning it as a digital. You're sorry,
I
Chris.
would. I'm sorry. I'm going to cut in. I would look at this help desk is nice, but it's almost like a support. Like that little a support place. So, and depending on the industry, it could be insurance, could be anything you want, and you just got to answer the questions, and all you got to do is call your client and say, "I got a question that I don't know how to answer." You know,
Correct.
that's it.
That's it. Simple as that. So really, it's about going in there and doing the legwork of setting up the help desk. So there's a lot of, if they ask this, this is the answer, and so forth. And or if there's different departments, you can have, if it's a big company that maybe there's a building department, a maintenance and grounds department, a recreation department, a security department. They all have their, so that when the person contacting the help desk can kind of categorize it for you, so you know who to send it to, as far as to get the proper answer. All right, number 12, project management agency. So this is another one that you can utilize multiple tools for, and definitely starting it in Builderall, through Worky. Now, Worky has actually been put into legacy, though, Chris. So
Yeah.
that was very, very recent that happened. But there are plenty of other project management softwares out there that are very easy to learn. That basically, so let's say, going back to that famous real estate agent that I love so much. So you get a client and that that you have to call the carpet cleaner, call the window washer, get the stager out there and the photographer out there, make sure the inspection is set up and the appraisal is set up. You do through like project management software, and you be the point person, almost like a VA, but very specific for that project. And then you manage it through the digital agency so that everybody can connect with each other through that program. Everybody can write notes to each other and stay on top of what, hey, I have a 3-part assignment, I'm only on part 1, so everybody knows where everybody else is. And it's all done digitally. It's amazing.
And this is so for me, when you bring this up, it's you may know nothing about their business other than you set it up for them. So you're basically setting up software, third-party software for them, and teaching everybody how to use it. And it's for companies that have multiple departments. So the art department, the developers, everybody has their piece to do, but they may have to wait for Department 1 to finish, that kind of stuff. So you're
Correct.
basically a trainer. You train the people who need to use it how to use it. I think that's more of where you were going with this.
Well, it could be either or, actually, Chris.
Yeah, if you know
So,
what you're doing in their
larger
industry.
companies, yes, you can go in there and just set everybody up, train everybody, and let them have the reins. But on smaller companies, sometimes you can actually, be the
True.
project manager. You can
True.
be, be the point person so that agent, back to the real estate agent. So now I'm in charge of making sure, I know what house it is and when it's being listed, when it's going under agreement, and that all these steps have to happen before the closing date. And that way that the agent is basically using you as a VA almost, so that they can just go out and do what they do best, which is, get more listings.
Correct.
So it can work either way, absolutely. Just like almost everything on this list, there's multiple business models that you can use to get your agency started. All right. So what's our bonus? The bonus is you combine multiple agencies that we've mentioned into one digital marketing agency. Right off the top of my head, like ones that connect together, of course, are a website, a chat bot, and maybe digital magazine. You do several of them, and then it's a digital marketing agency. So you have more to learn if you're new to this, but there's more opportunity for you to be able to retain a client and sell them multiple items instead of having to have more clients because you only have one item to sell or one service to sell. So, in general, almost, anybody that I know that's come in to become, our basic website agency has gone on to have multiple services, and now they are digital marketing agencies. Throw
Yep.
anything else on that?
No, kind of like you can have a la carte. So you charge more for
Yep,
each type of different thing that you add.
exactly.
Yep.
All right. So that wraps up the different ideas for agencies that you could have working from home and being your own boss, without a doubt. So what's next? How do I start? Well, we have said it already, but we start and we use Builderall. And Builderall is a marketing suite that include, there's different packages, of course, but they will allow you to do these agencies. Okay. And so here's the slide for that. You get to run your own business and your clients from the same platform, which is fantastic and efficient without a doubt. It includes supportive team and complete training, and of course bonuses, because it wouldn't be Chris and I if we didn't have bonuses. So what are those bonuses? Well, if you decide to come into Builderall and use this amazing suite of marketing tools to start your agency, you will be a part of Team Awesome if you use the link in the description or that's scrolling at the bottom of the screen. I see Chris has, so that you are connected to us. Chris and I are one and the same. We are, partners beyond Builderall, and we train and we do different things for everybody that comes in. So not everybody's the same, of course. So some people have experience and, they're already a little ahead of the game and maybe they've already did some designing. So we help them in other ways. But most importantly is, getting you set up for yourself. So the very first thing you're going to do is create your website so that you can go get your domain and create and be live. And they are, if you're not knowing what you're doing yet, they are the most important things that we're going to help you with. So that's Team Awesome. It's not just Chris and I, it's also Shelly Turner. And Shelly Turner is amazing because she knows more about Builderall than any other single person on this entire planet. So no matter what your question is, she is going to know the answer. And with our team, you have a direct line of communication to Shelly Turner. And she is also one of our trainers. So every Thursday night, at 8 p.m. Eastern time, she's the one that you're on the screen with and talking with and learning from. So that is an amazing benefit of Builderall's Team Awesome, which we are. And of course, there's so much more to that, but that is number one. Anything to add on that, Christopher Chesar?
No, I think you got it. So we talked about we have live group training twice a week.
Not
If
there
you,
yet.
oh my bad.
Okay. So that's bonus number one. Okay, so now you also get training at all levels. So whether you're a very beginner, like I mentioned, or if you're more advanced, you still have questions as you get more advanced. We got you covered for that too. So don't think that you come in and it's all in the beginning, because it's throughout your life of your account, because you're always going to be learning, because Builderall is always growing, which is amazing. So how do you learn? Well, you get that exclusive private group interactive training with Q&A. That is on Tuesday mornings here on the East Coast, and Thursday nights with Shelly, like I had mentioned. And then on top of that, Chris and I do Tuesdays. On top of that, we have a Monday work session, which is actually no formal training, but it's another opportunity for you to come and ask questions live on Zoom. And that one is not broadcast anywhere publicly. So it's really almost like some people use it for accountability, just to know, or camaraderie sometimes, just to know that you're in the same work mode as other people. And if you have a question or saying, hey, I just, I was putting this logo. What do you think? Should I make it bigger or smaller? And sometimes it's like a focus group, even. So you bring to the table what you need, and the team is there to help you however we can help you fulfill your need, whether that's ideas or training for technical purposes, whatever it is. Right, Chris?
Correct.
Yeah. So basically, what it comes down to is you're never alone. You're part of this very active team that supports each other's success and each other's growth. Does that mean that you're going to be in meetings all the time? No, you're not going to come all the time. You're going to come. We have the different time slots throughout the week and throughout the night and day to make sure that people, whatever time zone you're in, have an opportunity. So sometimes when you're working on a project and you're knee deep in it, yeah, you might come to two or three in a week because you need that help, or um, you want to move along. So that's fine. That's perfectly fine. And you come to as many as you need. But then there's other folks that might just pop in when they have a project, which could be every few months or so, or they finish one project and then that's running in the background while they continue life doing other things. Then they come up with another project and now they need a little bit more help. So there's no rhyme or reason. Everybody's a little bit different, but it's just nice to know that you're never alone, even though you might be in that room by yourself with the keyboard and a computer. We are here to help you. We are here to let you know that working from home still requires a community, without a doubt. And we want to be your community because your success is ultimately our success.
I'll just put one final statement on that. You're never alone unless you want to be left alone. So
Yes,
it's your
sorry.
choice, not our
That,
choice.
yeah,
It's your
I feel
choice.
like I try to reiterate that. You don't
Yep.
have to come. There's no obligation, but it's there when you need it. And when you need it, you want it to be there.
Correct.
Okay. So, what else bonuses are we going to give away? Well, when you have an agency, you're going to be on social media more than likely. So, it's very handy to have an entire social media library at your fingertips that you can repurpose as your own. And this is just that. We have over 4,000 social media graphics that you can pull from to use on social media. You can brand that with your own logo and your own information, and it's going to help get your business and your agency started by bringing awareness to it online. Anything else on that, Chris
No,
Chesar?
no.
All right. One last bonus, folks. We're at bonus number 4, and that is affiliate FastPass. Anybody that comes in by joining our link, either join.chrischesar.com or oh my goodness, join.cindybranson.com, then you are a part of our team. You have direct access to us. You also have a free pass into Affiliate FastPass, which is Chris and I's group that we teach people how to make money doing affiliate things. And that is on Tuesdays. Is our nope.
No, no. We
I'm
actually,
sorry.
yeah, I'm changing the lives up on that.
Okay.
So I'm doing more pre-recorded stuff. Plus, I'm putting all the training inside Affiliate FastPass, which is a membership group. Anybody who joins Cindy Branson's or myself, our team, through our link, which is in a description inside this where you're watching this video. You just have to reach out to us and say, hey, I'm just not going to send it automatically, but just reach out to us. Say, can I get my membership for Affiliate FastPass? We'll get you hooked up. So as long as you have your Builderall account and that's paid and active, you can continue to have access to Affiliate FastPass, where we put up different templates, all kinds of different templates up every single month, lead magnets, email swipes, and there's a ton of different types of training in there. And it's not all about affiliate marketing. We do paid advertising, all that kind of stuff. So you can all have it in one place. It's like having everything you need bookmarked. You just go here and there's stuff in here.
Yep. Yeah, thanks, Chris. I know. Yeah, so there is a private Facebook group also for Affiliate FastPass, but it's just another place that you're going to find Chris and I as resources. That when you have questions, you have somewhere to connect with us and ask those questions, but also have a whole community there as well that are working the same way you are. They're either growing an agency or they're growing an affiliate business, and they have all, oh my gosh, Chris has so many templates and lead magnets, so much value there. So this another free, and normally $12, Chris, a month that you're going to get for free, as long as you have your Builderall account active.
Yep.
Okay, so what is the deal? We mentioned in the very beginning that, of course, the third part of this is talking about the deal that you can get. Well, we have a doozy for you, because right now, Builderall, well, not right now, but a few months ago, actually, Builderall had brought in a new CEO, a new company, and they changed our pricing and they are restructuring things. But as affiliates for Builderall, we are known as associates by name. We have the leverage of being able to offer the old pricing, that legacy pricing of the Funnel Club, which used to be $199 for the first month and then $87 each additional month. And that is a phenomenal savings versus $247 a month. So it's spectacular that they're allowing us to do this. There's very few people out there that have this offer in their hands to let people come into Builderall through this method. So grab onto it, because once you come into Builderall, you're going to stay at this pricing, and that will ultimately $87 a month. And so you're saving, doing the math, Chris, that's 100, what is that, $140 a month? 40, 50,
Yeah, something like
$160 a
that.
month. Yeah,
Yep.
$160 every single month for the life of your account. So you just figure, that's almost $2,000. Just if you have Builderall for 1 year, you're going to save $2,000. But I said we're going to stack a deal. So we are going to stack a deal and give you 30% off your first 3 months. And this is a doozy, because the very first month that I mentioned, being the $199, is now going to be $139. And month 2 and 3, instead of that $87, is only going to be $60.70. So, now you're saving what, $2,100 that first year by coming in through this stack deal. And then, of course, beyond that, you have the $87 a month, which is still saving you so much money. So that is spectacular. This is a deal that we don't actually have an end date for, because Builderall has the strings and they can decide to pull it. It may be at the end of this month. So we don't want you to miss out. If you're thinking about this, come on in. There's a 30-day guarantee on the account, and it always goes month to month, so you don't have to worry about getting into a contract. But come in, feel it out, see if this is a good fit for you, and then you get to realize just how amazing that Builderall is. And when you start using it and seeing who the team is behind Team Awesome, knowing that we are here for your success. So stack and save. You get the Builderall Legacy pricing, plus you get 30% off, but only by using one of our links that's on the screen join.cindybranson.com or join.chrischesar.com is the only way that we're going to be able to stack the deal plus give you all those bonuses we mentioned. Unfortunately, if you don't, then you're going to miss out. All right, that's it, Chris.
That's it. Okay. So, yeah, you definitely want to get in here. If you go to, just so we're clear, Cindy Branson and I work differently than a lot of other people who make commissions on things. We try to find you the best deal. So we always give you the best prices. We make less commissions. We want to help you get started. That's pretty much how we roll. We want to get you up and running because we're looking at lifetime value of a customer. And I'm old school when it comes to this. So customer retention is big for both of us, for Cindy Branson and myself. And the longer you stay, um, that's great. And you're going to stay if you're happy. And that's our job, is to make sure you're happy, make sure what you want to do, you get up and running, and we help you get that done as fast as you want it to happen. If we're here for you, as long as you want to, you tell us what you want to do and when you want to do it, and we'll help you get it up and running. That's our goal. And we've been very successful with that. We work very hard for our customers or our family members. That's pretty much what we call you. You're a family member, a Builderall Team Awesome family member. And we definitely work hard for everyone. And so when you go on to join.cindybranson.com or join.chrischesar.com, you'll see a button that says pick your plan, and we show the best prices, and all of our checkouts have the coupon already hard coded in the checkout. Double check it just in case it is software, but double check it, and you can easily find a coupon code if it's missing. But we hard code the best deals out there. So there's nothing tricky it's really simple to do to get the best prices, and that's what we offer. So we're excited to have you too.
Absolutely.
So when you join, we're here for you. Reach out to us. You'll just check your emails, and we send you emails and bookmark stuff, and we send you meeting times. We send you everything you need, how to connect with us, and that's your job. Is the hardest part that you have to do is just going through that first process when you join. Is, do you want to connect with Cindy or myself or both of us so we can help you get through that learning curve? So the hardest part with any new software is, where do I start? And that's what we help you do. And we'll get you up and running.
Absolutely. Without a doubt. I've seen Chris do it so many times. He is a spectacular trainer and so very patient, even with me, a click happy person. And I know I'm not the only one in that club. Is he'll walk you through it so that you don't have to watch hours of training video yourself. We love knowing that, we can be looked upon as like a librarian sometimes, because sometimes you might need a little tip that you can't figure something out. We can make like a little Loom video and send it to you. But a lot of that we already have at our fingertips, that we can say, oh yeah, here's the link, and help you out that way. Because like Chris said, the very hardest part is getting started, and the learning curve at the very beginning of any software program. And every single software program has a learning curve, but we want to squash it as much as possible, so that you can, get to where you want to be as quickly as possible. Whether that's just building a website or building an entire digital marketing agency.
Yeah. So I dealt with one of our family members is from Dubai. I was working with him this afternoon. It's a 9-hour difference. We always find time or work around. I just had somebody, another one of our family members, moved from Romania, which I think was 7 hours difference, to Vietnam because it was cheaper to live. And so that's a 12-hour difference for me. So that can get a little screwy. So what I do is I just shoot. He has a little problem with a membership site. He doesn't know what to do. So I can just shoot a quick little video, send it through Facebook Messenger. Boom. When he gets up, it's there, so you don't even have to meet. And you'll get used to us that way. If you have quick questions at 3:00 in the morning, maybe we're not up, we can shoot you a quick video on how to do something. So, yeah. Fun stuff. Great presentation. And all of those, out of those 12, I know the 13th was the Baker dozen, is kind of mix and matching the different things that you mentioned here. But the 12, those 12 digital agency um, topics, niches, whatever you want to call it, or opportunities, 10 of them can be done with tools inside Builderall. We don't have the
Yeah,
project
Builderall
management
alone.
tool,
Yep.
and we don't have the food delivery tool, but we always recommend going to Gloria. I think it's Gloria, like the name,
Food.
Gloria Stefan, gloriafoods.com, I believe it is. It's a great program, and it's free.
Yep.
And they're good at what they do, especially in the food industry.
Exactly. So there are just a couple there in our list because, we are Builderall. We, of course, love people coming into our team on Builderall and using the tools just like we do. But we want you to know, just for information's sake, that these opportunities are out there,
Yeah.
whether you use Builderall or not. And we hope you the very best success if you decide to come in and to the online space and create your own agency.
Yes. That's all you got? Wrap it
That's
up?
it. Yep.
All right. Great presentation, Cindy Branson. Thank you, everybody who has watched this during the live. I saw some people coming in and out. And if you're watching this later, just put a comment in there, reach out to us, drop your questions or comments in there. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channels and make sure you like this video if you found any value whatsoever. Helps us out. And we really appreciate that. And with that said, Cindy Branson, thanks so much for watching. And we'll see you next time.